morning, everybody. Rural 2IC here, coming to you again. A few minutes after 6 is when I am recording this. Just pulled in and parked at work, and we did a little morning chat yesterday. It seemed to go over pretty well, and so let's have another morning chat today. Now, what I want to talk about is what is relevant to me and how it applies to you. Now, first thing is when we got up this morning, Little Rural had a 2 hour delay because of fog. And it's one of those ones to where I opened the door, I looked out, sure, it's foggy, run of the mill fog, whatever. So, of course, Mrs. Rural is the one that puts them on the bus. She puts in, to be a little late for work and everything's taken care of. So I get in the car and I head out to work, right? And when I pull out, it's foggy, driving along, foggy, and then I hit some patches to where I can't see more than maybe a car length ahead of me. Keep driving, and it's maybe another mile and a half or so, and all of a sudden it's crystal clear. I can see like there's absolutely zero fog whatsoever. A little bit further, back to run of the mill fog. So it was very, I don't want to say patchy, but there were spots that were bad. There were spots that were foggy. And there were spots where there was absolutely no fog. Now, how does that apply to you? Well, prepping is kind of like the fog. Just because you are driving or you open the door and it's crystal clear outside doesn't mean that just a little bit further up the street or over the hill isn't to the point that they can barely see 10 feet in front of them. When we think about it, what's the expression? SHTF, right? Well, if you think about it, when it hits the fan, it doesn't splatter all the same. It doesn't coat everything the same. You're going to have areas that are clean. You're going to have areas that get some. You're going to have areas that get hit worse than others. So that brings it into, you need to have that kind of look. Just because things aren't bad for you doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't have it really bad. So it's one of those to maybe take today and put things into a perspective. Make sure that you're planning for, things that come up. Something like a natural disaster, or in this case, fog, it's going to happen. I mean, it's almost one of those things that it's a guarantee, especially where I live, that it's going to happen. And so, we have to prepare for things like that. We don't freak out because there's a little bit of fog and he's going to be late for school or one of us is going to be late for work. But when it comes down to preparedness, make sure that not only are you looking at yourself, but don't take it into perspective that just because things are great at your house or they're not that bad doesn't mean that your neighbor doesn't have it really, really bad. So just something to think about, little thought exercise. I hope that maybe you got a little something out of that. We'll keep doing these little chats and see how things go. But for that, I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay tuned because there's more information to come. I'm going to go into work now and clock in and bust this day out because we got a live stream tonight that we're doing some giveaways. So make sure that you check that out. But with that, remain united because we're all prepping in this together.